Welcome back to a very late night episode of Animal Crossing New Horizons. I'm dear darling, and shall we see what's going on a lovely island of Fawnhallow today? We're relaxing as per usual. It's quite late because I was basically busy the whole day, meeting up with some friends, and honestly having a very great time. Part of me was like, maybe I will record before I left, and I definitely could have, I think, if I got up a little bit earlier. Always just a little bit more efficient with doing things. But by the time I was finished, I was like, I'm literally 20 minutes before I have to leave. This does not seem like a good idea. I'll record after. But here we are, 1 a.m. recording now. So, good evening, everyone. I'm here with a late night broadcast. I hope I can make it through this. Right now in Fawnhallow, it's 1:17 a.m. on what should be Saturday the 12th of July. The title of this episode has been suggested by a friend. I hope I got it right because I can't remember exactly what she said. I think it was small golf, big hat or something. But yeah, we basically just had a very fun time hanging out with a friend who moved to a different country and is back in the UK and sort of visiting for a while and like a bit sort of get together. But there's many things which happened. The one I think I'll talk about tomorrow would be the redux of weird ice cream flavours. There's like a pop-up store in London which do very strange ice cream flavours, which I spoke about last year and gave my impressions and thoughts on some of them. But back again, and we've got even more strange ice cream flavours that we've tried. But I'll speak about that tomorrow, I think. Because now I need to focus on this. We met up, we all had lunch, we had a cheeky Nando's, and then we went to a place which is basically like an arcade mini golf sort of thing. And I don't mean arcade as in you got arcade games, I mean the actual mini golf courses themselves feel like arcade style sort of things. Like the scoring is not necessarily by fewer strokes, it's about like the score based system. So you can get like penalties for going into hazards, but you get scores for going into like this hole-in-one guaranteed hole. There's like other ways you can get bonus points, etc, etc. There's this whole mini golf thing. It's called Putt Shack if you ever want to go to the UK. There's many sort of locations all around London. So we've been to a Putt Shack a few times, me and like various groups of friends. I think I've probably been 3 times previously. There's another chain which I've been to as well, which is not called that, but it's in a different area. But yeah, I've done Putt Shack in a few variety of different places. There's not really much to say except for there's basically like 9 holes you play, and it's basically mini golf. It's got like a sort of arcadey feel to it, because it's quite fun and relaxed. But one thing which my friends pointed out, which I never realised was a thing, that if you got a certain amount of score, you got prizes essentially for doing well. And look, I'll give you a context. Like the scoring system works is that you get 50 by default. Every I think stroke you get above 50 minus is 5 points off that base 50. Penalties are minus 10, and if you get the super tube, which is the hole-in-one, there's always like somewhere along the course there is like a green hole which you can get into, which will give you an immediate hole-in-one if you get it in there. That gives a plus 10 as well. And there's 9 courses, and there's basically if you get a certain amount of score, you can actually get prizes. And I didn't realise that this was a thing, but apparently it is. So one of the prizes which not all of us wanted to get, but like it was our challenge, I think, for us to try and get someone to get, was the bucket hat. The bucket hat, you needed a score of 450, I believe, which basically means on average you need to get a super tube, a hole-in-one or a hole-in-2 on every single hole essentially, which is pretty difficult, mind you, because some of them, it depends on what course you're on. Some of the courses are easier than others, certainly. Some of them have an element of RNG. Also, if you've ever been there and you've done the billiards hole, that one is so difficult to get a good score on, I think. But some of them are like pretty straightforward, I think. And there was also a lesser prize where if you got 420 or something, you basically got a golfing visor, you know, like the plastic ones with the sort of coloured things. You might, like, I always associate them with like bookies and like horse racing, but you know, my friends were also fairly was like, oh, you know, like not casino players, poker players might wear them too. So the long and short is, somehow I locked the heck in, and I got the best score I ever got in the first course, like the first round of the 9 holes. I got 441. I was literally 9 points off getting the bucket hat, which is what we're like striving for. It literally came down to the last hole. I was like, it's possible for me to get it. I have to get a bullseye though. Unfortunately, didn't get a bullseye. But there are so many small things which is like I could have got it had it just gone a little bit differently. Like one of them, I got like a -10 on one of the holes because I got into a penalty. Like I did get a -10 possibility, but I didn't get a hole in one on like one of the holes, so I didn't actually get the +10 bonus. Things like that. And there was a couple where it was like I could have got a hole in one, but just like slightly messed things up. But it's like I have no idea what happened. I locked in for whatever reason. That entire like course, I got every single hole as either a hole in one or a hole in two, which, you know, it's mini golf, so it's not as impressive as you might think. But it was incredibly impressive for me because I was just like, I have no idea what's going on. How am I doing so unbelievably well? I'm not complaining, though, because I got the golfing visor. It's sitting there on one of my plushies. And not only did I lock in, one of my friends locked a heck in as well. He got 427 or something. So he was also over the score boundary, and it was incredible. Like 427 is crazy. The highest I think I've ever got was like 350, 360 or something before. So not only did he get 60 above that, I got 80 above my highest score. I have no idea what happened. I have no idea. The stars aligned. Not aligned quite enough for me to get the bucket hat, but aligned enough for me to get the what is it called? Green visor cap. The poker visor. Green eye shade. Dealer's visors. By accountants, telegraphers, and copy editors. Yeah. Bookies, right? Kind of like accountants in a way. Basically kind of like that. It's branded as well. And anyway, I generally cannot tell you what strategy I used, what I did to do so surprisingly well. But I just did somehow. And yeah, 2 of us got amazing scores. Like, it's sort of thing where, like, if 2 people beat world record, it'd be like, wow, the person who got second, absolutely incredible, they beat world record, but somehow, like, I almost felt like I overshadowed my friend. It was a very sort of dramatic moment, though. Because I wasn't really on track to get the bucket hat, and then suddenly I got, like, 3 hole-in-ones via the super tube in a row, on, like, hole 6, 7, 8 or something. And that, like, catapulted me up from like 7th place in my group to 1st place. I've no idea how that happened. I have no idea what I did. I just popped off for some reason. But I think actually what I realised is I'm very good at hitting in a straight line, because we did 2 rounds essentially. And in the second round I got 2 or fewer in every hole except for 2 holes. One of them, fully admit, straight up my fault. I just missed I missed it by a tiny amount, to be fair, but I missed an easy shot. It would have, you know, maybe on most other days, I think that probably would have been another par 2 for me. The other one is the aforementioned billiards hole, which is so difficult and to get a hole into and unpredictable. How the bounces went, or how the bounces should go. It's basically there's like too many things blocking way, so you have to sort of rebound your ball to even get it near the hole. There's no wonder hole to get a hole in one in, to get bonus points, as far as I'm aware. So it's basically just sort of like you just gotta kind of send it, and I sent it and I went backwards and I was like, well, that kind of sucks. And then I got like a hole in 4 and I was like, all right, well, doomed. But yeah, so my plan was like, I I did so well, like I'm on a roll, maybe I should try get another visor and try for a bucket hat on the second one. The second course I think was probably harder than the first course, to be fair. But another friend still got 400, which is a free game. I will say there was like a big roulette wheel as one of the holes as well, and I also got a free game from that. Legit, just like I wasn't particularly trying to time it for anything. If anything, I should have tried to time it for the 25 points, but I didn't. And then I scored the hole in one, which is what you need to actually lock in the points. And yeah, and then I got I got a free game, so I can go back and play a game for free at some point. But yeah, it really was an incredible situation. I don't know what happened. Even my friends were like, "What's going on? You're like locked in, dear darling." Well, not literally say they locked in. They didn't literally say I locked in, but they were just like, "What's going on?" Our star mini golf player, and I was like, "Generally, got no clue." But I think what I came to as a conclusion is I'm very, very consistent at hitting in a straight line in mini golf. No spin, nothing else extraneous. So it kind of is very, very useful in mini golf. I don't know if it's just because I played a lot of mini golf now. I don't think I think I've probably played more than the average person. I don't think I've played a huge amount more than the average person though. It's not often my go-to activity or anything like that. Yeah, genuinely don't know what happened. I'm a bit remiss I didn't get the bucket hat. That was probably going to be the best opportunity I've ever had to get the bucket hat. But yeah, I just needed 10 more points from somewhere. And I unfortunately just didn't get it. But it happens. But I think it sort of is inspiring in a way, because I'm just like, now I know, I'm pretty sure I can get the bucket hat. I just need to have a good run again. Essentially. And then that bucket hat, and to be fair, you can actually just straight up buy the bucket hat. It literally costs £6, which is actually insanely cheap for a bucket hat. But like everyone in my friend group agreed, is like, it doesn't feel right, you know. The point is that you earn the bucket hat, and you only earn it by getting 400 points. There's also another prize above where if you got 500 points or above, you get basically free games for an entire year. And I would say my score of 441 was the second highest score that was seen that day. Maybe it's been beaten now, I don't know. But apparently the person who went before us got a score of 510 and actually got free games for an entire year for Putt Shack. That's crazy. 500 over 9 holes means you have to basically get more hole-in-ones when you don't get hole-in-ones via the Super Tube, or get a lot of bonus points, essentially, which is not easy to do. Plausible, but not easy. So yeah, and if anything, I guess it kind of stuck me in, because now I'm sort of just like, I feel like it's possible for me to actually get the bucket hat now. I don't think I can get it on every hole. If there's ever a hole which is basically like total RNG, that makes it impossible. But as long as there's enough holes where you can skill-based get the super hole, then maybe I'm in for something, you know? Because I actually think the bucket hat looks quite nice, and I don't own a bucket hat, so maybe. If I did so, I'd give it to a friend if I actually won it. So yeah, it was a day all about mini golf and big hats. Yeah, it kind of complimented my outfit in an interesting way. So yeah, I honestly very much enjoyed exactly what happened, what was going on, and had a good time playing. And so yeah, I got a free game. Another friend got a free game who gave to a different friend. So me and that friend were just sort of like, oh yeah, we can go cash in our free games at some point. We're basically going half price, because there's normally 4 of us who come together to play this mini golf stuff. And I don't know if that's only for that location we're in, which did that, or maybe other locations do, but if so, then I can go to a different one and actually try and get it as well. It was a lot of fun though. I don't know how it happened. Oh, excuse me. But in a different life, in another life, we've all got bucket hats somehow. I think it's just crazy because it was actually some of our highest scores. Like the lowest score I think anyone got in our group was like 310 or 20ish, which is also a pretty darn good score, mind you. That's basically average par 2, par 3, I think. Is that right? Hold on. 300 over 9 would be what, 100 over 3, 33ish, which is average par 3, I think, in every, or 3 hits in every hole, which is still pretty difficult, mind you. So really all of us, either we're just playing out of our mind, I don't know what's happening, but we all did insanely well. I just did the most insanely well, somehow. But yeah, I guess this is kind of how I suck you in, because I'm just kind of like, I want to go back now and see if I can actually legit get a bucket hat. Despite the fact it would be obviously cheaper for me to buy it, it's more about earning it, I think. So yes, small golf, big hat. That's the title today because my friend was like, have you recorded Animal Crossing? And I said no. And she was like, this should be the title for today. And I was like, okay, I will do that if I remember it. So there you go. You know who you are if you're seeing this. So yeah, who knows? Maybe at some point I'll be back. I'll be trying to get that bucket hat, and then we'll have an amazing episode called Bucket Hat. Anyway, if you have been watching, thank you very much. It's been Animal Crossing New Horizons. I've been Dear Darling. Likes, comments, subscription, shares, greatly appreciated. Socials, Discord down below. Hope to see each other again, but for now, it's our farewell. So until next time, whoa, Joy-Con. Bye-bye for now.